Hi everyone, welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So today I'm going to show you how I do my rice halwa. So I'm going to be using 3 packs of ground rice powder, and I'm going to be using flour. I have coconut, grated coconut. I have milk in the back there. I have raisins. I have some cherries. I have butter. I have a piece of spice or cinnamon stick, and I have sugar, and I also have here cardamom or elaichi powder, nutmeg, and some cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and I have here some ground ginger. So let's get putting this together. To get started on putting this together, I have here my flour goes into the pot. I have this on medium heat together with your packs of flour. This has to puff until a very light golden brown or golden color. Right, this is the ground rice, and you're going to keep turning this until it's a very nice light golden color. In the meantime, while this is doing, I'm going to show you that milk mixture, or that milk, that liquid for this. So I will switch to the side of the burner. I have here some water. And you're going to have that heat on low once it starts to come to a boil. And you're going to add that sugar. To that hot water. So in goes my sugar. And we're going to give this a turn with a separate spoon. And in goes my piece of cinnamon stick and my milk. Now this amount of liquid and an amount of milk is for 3 packs of that rice. You can make 1 pack if you want. And give this a mix again. And once this starts to come to a bubble, you're going to turn off that stove or that heat. And I'm going to keep an eye on that. In the meantime, let's get back to this here. we're going to give this a turn again. Put back that heat on medium. And when it comes to a nice golden color, I'll show you the next step to putting this rice halwa together. So you see how it's getting to that, how it's catching real nice. It's getting to that golden brown color at the bottom of the pot. This is what you're looking for, but you have to keep turning it and turning it so it will coat evenly. And when this is ready, this has to be passed through a sifter or strainer, so it would not have no lumps forming when we're mixing it and putting it together with the milk liquid. It will be a smooth rice halwa, or a smooth dessert, or a smooth sweet, right? So this just needs like a little less than 5 minutes again. And I'm going to show you that sifting process and where those spices has to mix in to fragrant that flour and that rice mixture. So this looks like it's ready. I'm going to show you what it looks like. See that golden color? So I'm going to show you the next step to this. In the meantime, before I move across to my kitchen counter, I'm going to show you the milk mixture. It's slowly coming to a bubble. See how it's frothed up? So this has to be turned off in less than 5 minutes too, and let me show you that next step. So you're going to have your sifter, right? And you're going to slowly pour your dry flour and rice mixture inside there. Now this pot is very, very hot, and you're going to place back that pot on very low on that stove. And this is very hot, so be careful when you're doing this, because it also let out that steam. And you see those lumps? I'll show you how to. You can throw it out, or you can take the back of your spatula and pass it through. Right, and that little itsy bitsy pieces can throw out. And to this now, what you will do is you're going to add your ground elaichi powder or cardamom powder, right? All that goes in. I have here a little bit of ginger powder. It's an 1/8 of a teaspoon goes in. It is optional if you don't like the ginger flavor. The cardamom was 1/2 teaspoon. And here I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. This is optional as well. And we're going to mix this together. Let that heat from that flour and rice, that patched flour and rice, heat through those spices, and let that fragrant the flour and the rice, and the scent of it is really, really awakening. It's really nice. It's scented, right? So now that this first step is finished, let's continue again on the stove. In the same pot that it was patched in, We're going to light back that stove, that heat, on medium, and we're going to add our butter. Right, I'm using kerrygold butter. And that has to melt out. Kerrygold butter flavors up sweets really, really nice. Just break it down a little bit and let it melt. This is how my milk mixture would look like. Right, I've turned off that heat. Let that cinnamon stick remain in there to flavor up that milk. You can take a knife and just break it down, cut it into smaller pieces so it will melt faster. It may look like a lot of butter, but remember it's 3 packs of rice to that flour. I will leave the recipe, the measurements in the description box. And in the meantime, have a tray ready to empty this rice halwa as soon as it finishes, because we don't want it to over dry from the heat of the pot when it's finished. So it has to be emptied right away. And the butter is melting beautifully. So the butter has melted out really nice. There's a little couple pieces remain back, but that's fine. It will continue melting at this point. You're going to add your grated coconut. And give that a mix. Let it fry up for 5 minutes, just for that coconut to cook through. The coconut is optional. You can leave it out if you don't want it with those coconut pieces. You can make it plain. So you see how it started to fry up here in the oil? We're going to add our raisins. In goes our raisins. Your raisins don't have to fry up too much, because we still want that crunch in that raisin. We don't want it on the soft side. So let that start back to fry up. Okay, you see how it started back to fry up a little bit, to bubble up. So now it's time for that flour and rice mixture and that milk. You're going to lower down your heat very, very low. Very, very low. And I'm not adding the cherries just as yet. Okay, I don't want this whole sweet dish to be without cherry. So I'm going to add in my flour and rice mixture. And you're going to give this a turn and coat all that flour and rice with that butter mixture before adding that milk mixture. This is how you would know you have enough butter and it's evenly distributed with that flour and coconut and rice mixture. If you don't do this part, then your dish is going to come out lumpy and it would not be a smooth, nice, tasty dish. It will not be smooth and evenly distributed with that butter. So you're going to get that lump. So now that it has coated, it's time for that milk mixture. Keep your stove or your heat on low. And we're going to pour in our milk mixture, little at a time, and turn it. Keep your heat on low because it will suck in all that liquid very fast. You see how it's sucking it in and drying it up? You're going to continue with the rest of that milk mixture. Little at a time. It's going to get a little heavy to turn as it dries up and gets a little heavy. For the rest of that mixture of that milk and that piece of spice. If you want, you can use slices of almonds too, almond nuts, but I'm not adding any today. I'm making it like a basic rice halwa for you guys today. Right, and that's all there is to it. It's mixed in properly, and you can leave it to your consistency at this point, right? The softness is nice if you have to make it in block forms or square forms, because you have to pat it down in your dish and it will pat down very, very nice. So if you're making the round, the ball kind, it's a nice consistency as well. If you turn off your stove and leave it in the pot, it will continue to dry. So I am going to empty this now in my dish and I will show you, because with that heat it's going to continue to dry up, and I'll show you what it looks like. And you can see how it's buttery and nice, right? You can tell. See how smooth and nice? So let me show you a closer look here before emptying it. Right, and let me empty it and show you what it looks like. You're going to put a little butter in your dish, not necessarily, it's optional, and you're going to empty it in your dish and spread it out. And let it cool out a little bit. You can throw a kitchen towel over it. And what I'll show you is I'm going to show you another way to do it. You're going to take a little bit and you're going to take that cherry and mix it in. Now, if you like the cherry in it, feel free to add it when you're adding your raisins. Right? I'm just showing you another option for who like the cherries. Right, you can leave it like that, or you can take some in your hand, and it's very hot, and you're going to boil it up. Right, you're going to boil it up. So let me boil out a few. So that's it. Rice halwa. Alright, this is one way. You can leave it like this, or you can pat it down flat and cut it into squares, or you can do it round. So it's up to your preference, whatever you like. Right? And that's it. Thanks for watching.